Hey guys, today I'm going to show you how I do the foils in my hair. So first of all, what you're going to need is regular old kitchen foil, and what I do is I basically just cut it into strips, and I make sure I've got a lot of it because once you've mixed up your bleach and your peroxide, you're going to want to use that quickly, so get your foils ready in advance. So once you've got them all cut to size, just pop them aside for later. Next, what you're going to do is mix up your bleach powder and your peroxide. So I just get the cheap ones from Priceline in Australia, but I'm sure you can get them from any chemist anywhere around the world. So the one I'm using is High Lift, and I'm also using the strongest peroxide I could find, which is 40 volume. And what I'm going to do is mix these two together. So on the back of whatever brand you're using, it will tell you how to mix it. Usually it's 1 part by 2 parts. So make sure you're wearing gloves because you really don't want to get this on your skin. And what I do is I pour it into a measuring jug and make sure that I've got it to the correct measurements, as you do. And then I'm going to transfer it to my plastic mixing bowl. You really need to make sure that you only use plastic to mix up your peroxide and bleach powder, because you can't use metal or anything metallic because it will react really badly with the chemicals. I'm just using my plastic tinting brush to mix it all together, but you can use any kind of plastic spoon or anything really, but I'm just using this because it's easier. And you also want to make sure that you do it in a well ventilated area, so you can do it outside, or I'm doing it in my living room, but don't do it in any closed in spaces like your bathroom or anything like that, because you really don't want to be smelling the fumes. So what I do is, taking one of the foil pieces that I prepared earlier, I then select a thin portion of hair, and as you can see, I'm just using the end of the tinting brush to take that out from the rest of my hair, if that makes sense. And because I want it to look natural, I'm just going to make sure I use only thin sections, and sometimes I'll weave it through, sometimes I won't, but you'll see basically what I'm doing. So move the other hair out of the way, and then taking your foil, you place the section of hair on top of it, and you put some of the mixture onto your tinting brush and basically just paint it over the top of the hair. You want to be careful when you get to the top of the foil that you don't go onto the roots of your hair, because you don't really want it to touch your scalp, and you don't want it to touch the hair that's underneath the foil, so you just got to be careful there. But make sure it's well coated, and then you can roll the foil up. So really you're just going to be repeating this process throughout the whole front section of your hair. So again, taking a thin section of hair, I'm going to leave this section that I've just put out, and then this section that I'm doing now, that's the one that I'm going to highlight. So the bottom one is just to break up the foils so that I'm not basically just dyeing my whole hair blonde. So it should make sense in a moment when you see where I put the foil. Okay, so you can see that I'm putting the foil on top of the first section of hair, and the second section of hair, that's the one that I'm actually going to apply the bleach to. For this section of hair, I'm going to be using the end of the tinting brush to weave it through, so it gives a more natural looking highlight, and it evenly distributes the bleach. it starts getting a bit hard to see what you're doing when you get to this section of hair. As you can see, I've got a mirror set up behind me, but it doesn't really help. So you're going to have to start estimating where you're putting your foils and where you're putting the bleach, which is why at the back of my hair you can see I've got some bits of bleach on my hair, which is clearly not meant to be there, but it's not going to make that much of a difference. You're not really going to be able to see it at the end, so it doesn't really matter. So just keep on doing what you've been doing this whole time. It is a really tedious process, and it took me like hours to highlight my hair, even though it's short at the moment. So just have patience, and it'll save you a lot of money. But basically, yeah, just keep doing what you've been doing, and yeah, good luck. Once I've finished all my foils, I usually leave the bleach on for around 35 minutes just to let it take hold. And once that time is up, I take all the foils out, I jump in the shower, and I wash my hair really thoroughly with my regular shampoo. And then I condition with my regular conditioner, except I leave it on for around 10 minutes, and I'll sometimes jump out of the shower and put a towel around my head to let that soak in better. And that will just minimize any damage that you may have done to your hair. And then instead of the toner, I use this amazing fudge shampoo. So it's dark purple, and it gets rid of any ginger tones and leaves your hair a lovely silvery blonde. So this is what my hair looked like after I did the foils. So I hope you enjoyed that video. Let me know if you did, and thanks for watching. Bye!